Alright gamers, welcome back. World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore Ironman Adventures, episode 176, episode 26 on the Dwarf Paladin. Let's jump back in, shall we? Still in Dark Shore, Aberdeen, working on finishing up this zone. We still have at least another session, maybe 2 left in this zone, honestly. Hell, maybe even 3 or 4, depending on how long it takes. It takes quite a while to traverse the zone, and, you know, we've got the entire section up north to finish, and then we need to move down to the south. The south has less than the north, but the south does have a couple escort quests. Oh, I have mail. Oh, from Gubber. Yo, my boy. Hello there again. I'm Gubber Blump. I hope you're doing really well. I hope you're still fishing too. I love fishing, and the Blump family is known for fishing. I don't know what accent this is, but we're going with it. Here's a bauble, so that you can fish a little better. I love using them when I fish. Good luck, and thank you again for helping me with them groupers before. Keep on fishing, Gubber Blump. Nice guy, Gubber. I am not using my MMO mouse right now, so I'm going to have to click some things, which is fine by me. I don't want to talk about it. I've gotten back into League of Legends, guys. Oh, I know, it's disgusting. But now I'm hooked, man. I'm in the rank grind. I'm getting back to it. I'm a mid lane player. I'm a Yasuo main. Yasuo/Zed main. I play basically mid lane assassins. Ugh, I know. Listen. What would you expect from a rogue player, okay? Anyways, let's head back up north. We'll check for Shadowclaw again real quick. I'll go do the Blackwood Corruption quest, or call it Blackwood Corrupted. We'll head up to the Tower of Althalax. I need to... I guess I can do Gilcac's Gyromast. As well as the Moonstalker pelts. I'd honestly rather get them down south. But I think we're about at the point where we're going to be moving down south soon. There should be 1 or 2 more quests up here. But that'll be a little later, I think. Or chains off of some of these. I think we'll do this stuff. And then if we have time after doing all this stuff, we'll start to head down south. We need to talk to Onu. There's an escort quest here. There's a 4-part chain off of Onu from that quest that we have for him. So, excuse me, hiccups. There's a 4-part chain off of Prospector Rim Travel. Those are both one-shots. These are all quests that we will just pick up and then bring back to, what's her name? Gwyneth. That's what her name is. So far, no dice. A little earlier tonight than we've been playing recently. I've been playing like pretty damn late. I'll play late, stay up kind of late, wake up a little early, and then I'm tanking the exhaustion and the tired. So I was like, you know what? Tonight, I'm gonna get on a little earlier. Got my well, it's actually a rest day today, so I got my I took a bath. Don't laugh. Like I like to take a bath and do some reading. Soak the bones, soak the sore muscles. Plus the lady that I'm talking to, she got me this like Epsom salt bath soak stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, it's really nice for alleviating like sore muscles. I'll just get in the hot tub, rub the shoulders, rub the back. Oh, dude, it feels so good. Rub the lower back, the hips. Oh man, that shit is underrated. It's always interesting to me that, thankfully, none of my male friends, but I do know that there's like a kind of like a stigma for men to take baths. It's like, oh, you're taking a bath, you sissy. Like, I've worked blue collar my entire life, and like, there's a lot of guys that I would never tell at work that I take baths. It's not always. I'm actually more of a shower guy, but I like to at least, you know, take a bath once, maybe twice a week, soak the bones. It's usually a good place for me to. I'll do some reading. Right now, I'm reading 2 books. I'll grab them real quick, and you guys are gonna love this. I think I mentioned this last night when I was talking about some topics, but right now I'm reading a book of it's a poetry book called The Spell of Yukon by Robert Service. I'm roughly halfway through. There's some really, really good poems in here, and it's not like sappy stuff. It's more about like old school mining men that like first excavated the land, and you know the things that they went through, and how the lands of gold are constantly calling to them, and it's stuff like that. It's pretty cool stuff. And then I'm also reading Fight Club. Before this, I read The Hobbit, and I also read. Let me grab that real quick too. This is a good little book. Walden by it's Walden and On the Duty of Civil Disobedience by Henry David Thoreau. Excuse me. Really good book about like giving up your material possessions and your attachments to your material possessions, not thinking a certain lifestyle is like the one lifestyle that everyone needs to follow. Basically, Henry David Thoreau, at a very young age, gave up all of his worldly possessions and just moved out into the woods and lived off the land for 2 years, and then came back to society to like write about it. And he built himself like a home out there. He survived on basically wild animals and berries and stuff like that. And then he wrote a book about it. And it's a really, really good book that it inspires me to like, ideally one day, I know this sounds crazy, I've talked to some of my friends about it, but maybe build my own home. I think that'd be really, really cool. It would be rugged as fuck for sure. And it'd be like almost like a lifelong project, but I'm fresh into my 30s now, and it's like I would need to start on that soon if I was to get really into that. But you can live in the middle of the country for, buy some land for $10,000 and then, start building. At this point, you can buy like tiny homes, but I'd like to build my own. I'd definitely build a tiny home. I wouldn't build some massive mansion. I don't need all that. Me personally, I'd be more than content with a very small little home, as long as I had enough to house my things. I kind of want to be a simple man and be a simple kind of man. But yeah, a little rambling to start this episode off. That's so yeah, I like to sit in the tub, do some reading. I'm reading 2 books right now. I'll read like 2 or 3 passages from that Robert Service book, and then I'll usually like read a chapter or 2 from Fight Club right now. Usually it's like whatever book I'm circulating, I'll jump between that. Oh, what the hell is happening? All right, let's start healing myself, and then I'll do a little meditation. Let's go for the totemic first. Ooh, we're starting to get some wool here. Watch the timer on the judgment. I'll go ahead and interrupt that. I'm hoping that I can kill this guy real quick. Throw another heal on myself. And then a flash. Let the mana regen. We're fine here. I should have front-loaded a blessing, honestly, since it's about to run out, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Alright, let's stop for a second and eat some of this Strider stew. And have a swig of the melon juice. We don't really... Thankfully, we've been very good with our food, especially our drink. We don't really use a lot of our drink. But again, if I ever need it, just stop and take a swig. I'm just trying to be efficient with our downtime. And whenever you have mana, you essentially have health on a Paladin, right? So as long as you're not running out of mana, you can throw yourself a heal, get right back into the fight. Versus if I dump all my mana fighting one creature and then I have to stop, sit, drink, get back to full mana, rinse and repeat on the next mob, it's actually faster if I just kill that one mob a little slower by not using judgments on cooldown, not spamming my consecration, right? And then you know, it's a little slower on the kill, but I'm saving time in the long run by jumping right into the next mob, you know what I mean? At least that's my theory. I would have to time it and see which is faster, but I feel like the way that I'm doing it is better, honestly. I'm gonna go ahead and save my judgment here. Just get my Hammer of Justice on cooldown. Go right in. Once my mana's full, then we'll, you know, do a seal and a judgment. Just to spend some, get the mana regen counting. We've only fought one undead creature so far, being those mobs down at Ametheron. But man, it was so nice to have Exorcism. I can't wait to fight more undead. This guy's gonna be really, really... It's gonna feel really good when we finally get back to like the Eastern Plague Lands, the Western Plague Lands, areas that I know have a lot of high-density undead mobs. Are we healing ourselves? Where are you guys coming from? I think it's this quest specifically. Or like when you interact with these food storages, some of these mobs get spawned. Now Judgment won't kill him here, so let's just hold off on that. Okay, miss. Love that. Throw a Holy Light on, throw a Flash. Flash feels great because it casts so fast that they basically have one swing. And I have a 70% chance, thanks to Spiritual Focus, to not have a knockback on that cast. So it just goes off quickly, right? It feels really good. Now, I need to create... I need the North Bonfire. Okay, so let's clear out to the North Bonfire. I think I'll need to kill this warrior and maybe that totemic. Because once I use this bowl... it turns all of the Furbolgs passive, like the guy that gave us this quest said, right? He said it'll buy us time where everyone will be cleansed for a second, and it'll buy me just enough time. There they go, they'll drink out of it. It'll buy me just enough time for the satyr to come out, show himself. See, we got some homies. There he is. Zabraxis. Big 140. He's enraged. I'm just going to go ahead and stun him through this enrage, and I collect that. Zabraxis' Demon Bag, the Talisman of Corruption. Nice. Alright, let's head up. The Grizzled Scalps drop from actual bears down south, not this cave here, so we'll just ignore that. Let's head up to the Tower of Althalax. There's 3 chain quests here. I think one is a named creature in the actual tower. Fresh Blessing. Tin. Ah, copper. I wish Blessings of Wisdom were 15 minutes base and the greater blessings were 30 minutes in Classic. I know the graders go up to, I think it's 15 minutes, right? Let's see. Yeah, 15 minutes. So maybe even if these were 10 minutes and the graders were like 20, that would be a little nicer. But 10 minutes, or I mean 5 minutes goes by really quickly. You're constantly having to throw fresh blessings on. But I guess it makes sense because, you know, you do have things like Blessing of Freedom. Maybe during the fight you want to throw Blessing of Wisdom on to increase your mana regen, and then when your mana is good you switch to Blessing of Might, you know. That was their theory, I think, with it. It's more of like an interactive buff ability. But really what it comes down to is, you know, I keep Blessing of Wisdom on myself for 5 minutes. It's about to wear off. I throw another one on. It's just something that I have to keep up with every 5 minutes, which is like... It's quite a bit when it comes to WoW time. 5 minutes goes by like that in WoW. Literally snap my fingers and 5 minutes is up. Oh wait, that's right. I need to talk to Balthuel Shadowstrike. It's me from another timeline. We're getting a decent bit of wool from these guys, which is really nice. Let's talk to Balthiel real quick. I'm pretty sure he's going to have us collect some pages or something off of these mobs. There he is.
Alyssa sent you. Then it is good tidings you bring. I have troubling news to report to her and had no means with which to deliver it.
I'm listening.
A group of warlocks has taken up residence around and inside the tower. I would have returned to Auberdine to report to Alyssa earlier, but I was afraid that I might miss something while I was away. Delgren suspected such a company might be gathering at the tower, but did not know why. A few scraps of parchment that the warlocks carry have found their way to my hands. But I need more to complete the puzzle. I warn you not to venture into the tower, however. The warlocks there are much more powerful.
Are they elite? I hope not. I can take on 2. This warrants a consecrate. Mana's looking pretty good. Let's get a... It's a curse. I can't cleanse that. 20% chance to heal the enemy target on hit. I can heal them with my hits. That feels bad. Quick flash. It's good enough for us to jump right back in. Spend some mana. There's the heal. Consecrate. There's the heal again. I can judge that. Finish that off. Not going to heal just yet. It's plus 10, so think of it as like 10 less damage off of our attacks. 10. Copper all the way down. It's alright. This curse is actually... It's a really cool curse, but it's not... I wouldn't call it detrimental or bad or anything like that. It's just annoying, right? It procs pretty consistently. And it does last for 3 minutes. But 10 damage, I mean, they're dealing that to themselves with my Retribution Aura. Like, another lesser healing potion. Might just try and chug that real quick, because I do have 5 or 10 reserves right here. So maybe I do like a more dicey pull and just chug one. I don't like to use the potions though, especially like willy-nilly, just in case I need it. You know what I mean? But I guess here, we'll chug one. They don't vendor for very much, 25 copper. I'd rather get the value in a fight, honestly, than get that money. Delmanis the Hated. That must be something that we have to kill for the follow-up here. So if that's the case, I'll save that copper for after. Delmanis the Hated. Alright, one more piece of parchment. I'll take these 2 ladies on real quick. Fresh Blessing. Consecrate. She'll finish herself off with Consecrate and Retribution Aura. Go ahead and Hodge. Get it on cooldown. I should be watching their swing timers, and right before they're about to attack, that's when I should Hodge. Okay. Quick flash. Misguided. Do you have a pet? You do. Rose. Have you found any more of their scrolls? I should be able to piece together a larger picture of the cult if you can find them.
Many thanks, adventurer. This should shed some light on this warlock's gathering. The Cult of the Dark Strand. I've never heard of this group before.
It's a stoner cult.
Having no knowledge of their history, it is all but impossible to say what their plans must be. There is no more time to delay. Warning must be delivered to Delgren immediately. My master, Delgrin the Purifier is a paladin who has graciously offered his assistance in defending our forests from the forces of the demons and undead. He has taught me much about the holy light and the art of battle. Delgrin must know of the cult's operations immediately. You will find him far south of here at Maestra's post in Ashenvale Forest. Be swift. I fear the Darkstrand's threat grows with each passing hour.
Well, something to take into Ashenvale. Maestra's post. Master Delgrin. It is as you feared. Your theory about the Tower of Althalax has proven true. A cult has gathered at the tower with many warlocks amongst their numbers, including even a foul satyr they call themselves... a foul satyr, period. They call themselves the Cult of the Dark Strand. I cannot imagine what vile purpose brings them together, but it worries me. Please forgive the terseness in which I have composed this missive, but danger lurks in the forest around me, and I can spare few words to describe the situation. I would deliver this message to you myself, but I fear to leave, lest I miss some event of great import. Should you wish to know more of my observations on the Tower of Althalax, the bearer of this message has provided no small amount of assistance to me, and I believe he can be trusted. In haste, Balthiel Shadowstrike. Now, these old Night Elf ruins that the Nagas have kind of taken over, there's actually a really cool hunter pet you can get here. There's these cat figurines that are scattered throughout the zone that are kind of like a rare drop, if you will. If you can find them and interact with enough of them, eventually a ghost saber cat will spawn, and hunters can tame that cat. It's pretty cool. I can't buff the Threshwhacker Whackatron 4100. Tin, copper. Gelkak Gyramast.
A pirate's life ain't an easy one, landlubber. It ain't all about plundering and booze. Alas, me ship be sunk just offshore thanks to them pesky Threshodons. What I be needin' is me first mate back in working order. When I washed up in shore, the key for me first mate broke on the rocks and was pilfered by the beasties of Darkshore. Out of the corner of me eyes, I saw some of them Reagan crawlers, ferocious forest strider, and Murloc rummaging through the wreckage.
Find and return the 3 pieces of Gelkak's key. So the bottom of the key can drop from these Ragin Reef Crawlers. Oh, first drop. That's nice. The next piece can drop from these Murlocs, the Oracles, the Tide Hunters. Gotta be careful for that Tide Hunter, but I'm not gonna be able to range pull this guy. See, I should have... okay, good. We didn't get punished. If they can heal, I need to save my my Hammer of Justice for that heal to interrupt it. More than likely, they're just going to heal right after, but the idea is I kill them in that window. Oh, that's so bad. That's such a bad time to miss, man. That's such a bad time to miss. Two holy lights here, that'll get me back up topped off. Those aren't the Threshodons we're looking for, Jedi mind tricks. Again, save the Hammer of Justice to interrupt the heal here. But if he doesn't heal, then we'll just finish him off like that. There's the middle key, nice. Or the middle piece. And then I need top of Gelkak's key from Giant Forest Striders, okay. I could also get some of the fine Moonstalker pelts up here. Get rid of the shiny fish scales, they're not really going to do anything, and the Murloc eyes, they're not going to really do anything. I'll keep the fine sand. The slimy Murloc scales can stay for now. I guess I'll get rid of the claw as well. The meat can hang around for now. It's half a silver. If I get more valuable items, we'll just trash it, but... tin? It's copper the whole way down, man. Come on! Front load this mana. The matriarchs are the ones that we're looking for, but you're always going to have a runt with the matriarch here, so you have to take on 2 mobs. Oh, first try is crazy. See. And I should probably be going for the babies first, I think, but maybe not. Maybe I go for the mama bear, so to speak. Because the runt is going to hit for less than the mama, so if I kill the mama, I'm taking less damage overall, right? At least that's the theory. Sires are alone. I'm going to head to the copper node as we swing. Tin. Right there. Thin black claw. Those will sell for a decent little bit. Severed talons. We'll keep those. The cracked bill. I think I'm just going to get rid of that. The runes of Mathistra. Not picking up on the rare just yet, but she can roam a very wide area around here. That's a 4-piece of tin, by the way. That's huge. A lesser moonstone. That's really nice. We needed one of those. I think we need 2 of those actually for the rare chest piece that we're gonna eventually make. Yep, we need 2. We also need 2 iridescent pearls and 2 moss gates. I think we have 1 moss gate. Yeah. So we're now at 1 lesser moonstone, 1 moss gate. We need 1 more of each, and then the iridescent pearls. Those are gonna be the things that are kind of difficult to get, but we'll try. I'm gonna kill a few more of these Moonstalker Sires and Matriarchs before we go turn the key in. Sharp Claw. Oh, there. Get rid of the clam meat. Nice, 2. Try and get away from the deer so I don't accidentally kill it with my consecrate. I am a paladin after all. I'm trying to Not take innocent lives where I don't need to, right? Let's kill the mama, then we'll go for a heal. Cast a holy light and a flash. Maybe 2 flashes. I didn't want a judgment there just to keep the mana regen going. Maybe I can get the judgment here. Oh, just barely got it. What do we have? Copper, copper. Good bit of copper up on this northern end here. One health. 3 out of 5. Not bad, not bad. Might even be able to finish this here, and then I can hearth and, you know, have them both turned in, but... I want to, yeah, see, Gyromask's Revenge is an elite quest. I'll probably hold off on that, maybe come back for it later. I'll see what the reward is, though. See if it's even worth coming back for or not, but... If I remember correctly about it, it's a multi-wave kind of group quest. Get rid of the large bear tooth. Front load the mana. 20,000th jump. I think I'm already beating my rogue's record. I think on the rogue we were going for 100,000 and I think we got to like 70 or 80 or 75, something like that. We'll see what those go for in just a second. Watch out for that. Saw our matriarch there. Holy in a flash. They do sell for quite a bit. Just because I might get more trying to get these last 2 furs here. The pup was so far away. Yeah, see, we got another one already. Go for some of these sires real quick. I can get one more swing before I need a fresh seal, and we do it there. Nice, one more. Damn, that pup was so far away. Wasn't looking there and let my seal wear off. Feels bad, but you know, it is what it is. Another thin black claw. Those sell for a decent bit. I'm gonna get rid of the severed talons, just in case I get a couple more of these. Parry haste feels good. Because yeah, if I have to kill a few more and I get another stack of 5, that's 7 silver right there, right? So they go for a silver and a half each. Whew. Let's get a couple swings here before I judgment, and we're almost about to level up. We should on the next quest turn in, which is really nice. Big crit, another thin black claw, and that's why we got rid of the other severed talon or whatever it was. Little misplay by me there, but that's all right. I should be consecrating or consecrating right after my melee swing. Front load the mana. That was a decent one. As long as it's in between my weapon swing timer, right? I need to be getting some value out of the dead time in between weapon swings. Be it a heal if I'm fast enough, a consecration if I'm fighting multiple mobs, right? I'm gonna try and see if I can get. Now I'm gonna have to use the judgment here. Hopefully this is our guy. Let's head back this way. Nice, it was. Huge. Alright, let's head back to Gelkin, or Gelkak. How are we looking on time? 36 minutes. I really don't want to hearth, because if I do, then I'm not going to be able to hearth when I head down here to do this stuff. So we'll head back naturally, I think. Honestly, I do need to maybe take a quick trip to Ironforge. I'm not sure. Now that I have the flight path to the wetlands and the flight paths to here and Darnassus, it's not that big a deal traveling anymore. Simply just catch a griffin, pause the video, you know, tab out, watch a YouTube video while I fly or something like that. I've seen those flights enough to where it's like the joy of them is kind of lost on me a little bit. I still every now and then like to appreciate stopping and looking at them, but for the most part, you know, I know what to expect. But at this point, I've got way too much copper and rough stone in my bags, kind of taking up space. What are we at? 232 copper bars, 151 bronze. We could definitely max out our blacksmithing, I think, right now. We're also at 3 gold, 88 silver. That's really nice. Have you found me broken down keys, landlubber?
Avast ye scurvy sea dog, ye did it. Soon
Scurvy
me first
sea
mate
dog.
Be back in working order, and them beasties won't know what hit 'em. Have you seen me first mate? Landlubber, you needs to find me first mate. Take this in key, puts it in his Gulliver, and bring him back here to serve the captain. Them Murlocs and their chief ain't gonna be too happy once me first mate gets a hold of 'em.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure we have to survive a couple waves of Murlocs. It is a elite group quest. I'm gonna hold off on it for now, but these are really nice. Elixirs of Water Breathing allows the imbiber to breathe underwater for 30 minutes. I could carry these around for the rest of the game, and anytime I have like a lot of risque underwater quests, I'm thinking Stranglethorn Vale, I'm thinking just off the coast of the Arathi Highlands. You remember we found this rare Prince Nazjack on our rogue, and we actually wound up getting the title charm. I used this until the end of the game. This is an insanely strong trinket. A lot of people try and get this thing even in, you know, base classic for world PvP. This is a 3-second stun on a trinket. This is a really, really strong item. So I'm thinking the quests down here, I'm thinking if I'm looking for Prince Nazjack or if I have to fight him, especially because I'm not a undead anymore, you know what I mean? There's even more value to having underwater breathing. So at some point I do want to come back and do this quest. I don't know when, maybe it'll be 25. I'll do some research on it tonight, see how difficult it is. And if I think I can solo it without trouble, I might come back pretty soon and just crank it out. But again, like I've been saying this entire time, unlike the rogue, who I could infinitely kite on, who I have a lot of like comfort with, I'm going to be a little more cautious on what elite and group quests we take on. Just because, you know, I've almost died already on this character from like 3 normal mobs, let alone any elite quests, you know what I mean? But all right, another talent point. We'll go another point into Benediction. Our Judgment and Seals cost 9% less mana. Really nice. So Judgment's only costing 26 mana. Seal of Righteousness is only costing 55. My mana pool is 714. My health is just about as big as my mana pool right now. So we're at almost a perfect level with each other, which is really, really nice. Because again, our mana pool is just a second health bar, realistically. All we do is, you know, throw a seal on ourselves, swing with a big sword, keep ourselves buffed up, and then, you know, if I'm fighting multiple mobs, drop a consecration. Other than that, I'm letting my mana regen, and I'm using my mana on Holy Light and Flashlight, as well as if they have a debuff like a poison or something like that, we just purify it, right? But all right, let's hit the road, Jack, and we won't look back no more, no more, no more, no more. And we will get all the copper, of course. Oh, tin, huge. We'll be very grateful for the tin. $132 on mining. It's a 4-piece, bro. Oh, that's so huge. We also need to come back in my own time and fish up these electropellers, so we've got more to do up here. We're not going to be completely done. I am really, now that I know what we get for this quest, I'm really enticed to do this. 5 underwater breathing. That's what, 2.5 hours worth of underwater breathing. It's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. All right, let's head back to Aberdeen. Check for Shadowclaw along the way. We didn't find Lady Vespra either, or Lord Sinslayer, but I think the rares and starting zones have a higher spawn chance, or like a faster respawn rate, I should say, than some of the like more mid-level to late game rare spawns. Some of the mid-level to late game rare respawns have like an 8-hour respawn timer, a 24-hour respawn timer. Some are 12, you know what I mean? It varies, but for the most part, it's between 4, 8, 12, and 24 are like the common timers. In some of the starting zones, you know, we've killed the same rare mob multiple times in one session, so I don't know if that's true. I feel like we didn't we kill? Yeah, we killed Urson. Well, no, that was 2 separate sessions. We killed every rare here in Teldrassil except for Black Moss the Fetid. Looking at Delsamar, we killed every rare here. We killed Eden the Howler twice. We killed Timber. We killed Gibblewilt. The only one we didn't kill was Great Father Articus. We killed Bjarn, the rare bear, I remember. And Hammerspine was the rare Trog. So yeah, we killed every rare here except for Great Father Articus. And then in Elwyn, we killed Mother Fang. We killed Narg. Gruff Swiftbite we didn't kill. We killed Fennel, and we killed Thuros Lightfingers. So yeah, we didn't kill Gruff. We didn't kill the Great Father in Dunmoreau. And we didn't kill Black Moss the Fetid. So one of each in every starting zone that we didn't get, which I actually kind of like. If I completed all the others and missed one, I'd be more inclined to go back and do that zone. But the fact that I missed one in each, I'm like, you know what? That's fair. If you were taking a test that you were nervous on and you only missed one, you wouldn't want to retake the test because you missed one, right? Like, you're happy with that score. Not that this is like a test or, you know, we're nervous for anything, but I guess hardcore you do get a little nervous, but we had that one close call in Elwyn. Where was it? Down by the docks down here at Gerard's Landing, where we tried to get that chest. Oh man, those mobs were not resetting, bro. Holy, we used our bubble, our lay on hands. I used a potion. I think I was sword and shielding, or just shielding at that point, running for my life. I really thought we were about to die there. I think my issue was I accidentally like aggroed one, and then I was like smacking one, trying to kite it out, and they were all tied together. Bad idea. I can't in good conscience permit you to seek Volcor until I've crafted that cloak for you.
These will do nicely, adventurer. I shall set to work on the cloak immediately. Give me a few moments, then return to me. Oh, one more thing. After you've used the enchantment on the cloak, you'll be limited in your interactions with others. If you can help it, do no more than speak to others. Much more than that could dispel the illusion.
Right. So we only get a limited amount of uses with this cloak, and I need to give him some time to do it, so I shall get started right away, Bale. Now, where was my thread and needle? Ah, there it is. Give him some time, roleplay time, and we'll say it's been 4 hours roleplay time. A lost master.
The cloak is complete, adventurer. The time has come to find Volcor. I can only hope we are in time. The cloak's magic, once invoked, will not last long, perhaps 5 minutes. It will be up to you to know when to use it. I would suggest waiting until you find Grimclaw. If what he has told me is true, you will find his master in a cave south of here. Grimclaw will be alongside the road waiting for you. Signal to him by waving when you see him, and he'll point the way towards his master.
Right. Tyrannithus begins to cast a spell as you take the cloak from him. Go now, Bale. Find Volcor, and remember, the magics protecting you will fail if you interact with anyone, save for talking. Right. So he gave us this cloak, the Enchanted Moonstalker cloak. It is 3 stamina, 17 armor, and I can use it as 1 charge, transforms you into a Moonstalker, and become invisible for 5 minutes. This item is really cool because you could just skip this quest, get rid of it, and then use this later in the game. Like, let's say you make it all the way to 60, you go to a Cthulhu raid or something like that, and it's your guild's first time clearing Cthulhu. You could slap this bad boy on and just use this in the raid, and people will be like, how'd you become a Moonstalker? I saved this all the way to this very last moment here. What does this thing look like, too? My current cloak sells for $234. This cloak, it doesn't. The merchant doesn't want that, so I think I'm actually going to use this cloak. It's better overall, and just sell my Raider's cloak. Update to current items, and oh wait. Get rid of that bad boy. How are we looking on time? 50 minutes. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do is we'll turn this quest in. And then I think I'm going to pause the video, fly to Ironforge, and do a bunch of crafting, and then hearth back when we're done. I need to get rid of some of this copper, guys. The Talisman of Corruption is a sinister device that only serves to pervert the balance of nature. When you obtain this item from whatever satyr is tormenting the furbolgs and bring it to me for disposal, we will have won a great victory this day.
We have just begun this war to reclaim our forest from the forces of corruption. But a battle this day has been won. Adventurer, the people of Aberdeen owe you a debt of gratitude that will never be easily repaid. Please accept this along with our thanks. What we have learned here today may one day free our Furbolg friends from the shackles of torment permanently.
We're going to take the wand, the Moonstone wand. It's basically 8 silver. Sell that bad boy. We're now at 4.5 gold. Call it 4.5 gold. We should be at even more when we head to Ironforge and craft a bunch of... I think we're going to go with runed copper belts until these go green. And then... I guess just try and... I guess I could make a few Ironforge breastplates. They sell for a decent bit too. And I do have some rough grinding stones. I can make even more, so... Might even burn a few of these bad boys here. But alright guys, I'm gonna pause the video. I need to catch a boat. The boat's here. Oh shit! We're not gonna make it! We're not gonna make it! I'm gonna pause the video until I get to Ironforge, and I will resume in Ironforge. We'll do some crafting for the last 10 minutes of this episode, and then Hearth back here. And tomorrow when we play, we'll be taking on the entire south bit of this place. We need to get the beach creatures. There's 5 more down here to get. We need to talk to Prospector Rem Travel and do this entire quest chain. We've got Volcor over here, Theraloon, Sentinel Aniasa. We've got Onu's quest. We have to escort Colonian, which is going to take us into Ashenvale for the first time. Oh, can we make it? Do the jump. Oh, I need 10 seconds. Please, 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 please. Oh, we made it. Phew. Phew. That was close. Alright guys, I'm going to pause it here. I'll resume when we get to Ironforge, so I'll see you in just a second. Alright gamers, not long. It didn't take us very long to get to Ironforge. Let's go ahead and start smacking the old hammer around. I guess I should have continued to stay paused until I smelted down all this copper and tin and made it into bronze, so I'm gonna pause again real quick, and we'll be back with a bunch of copper to get rid of. So I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, gamers, we're now at 167 bronze bars, 257 copper bars, and it's time to get rid of some of this stuff. So let's look. The copper belts, I can just, thankfully, can just make these. Be near an anvil. We're going to go ahead and make 10 real quick, and then I'll run to the bank, take out some more copper bars. Make as many as we can then. It's 10 copper bars per belt. The belts sell for about 2 silver each, which is already more than an entire stack of copper bars can make, so. We're at least getting 4 silver here. Per 20 instead of 2. And we're also getting skill points for our blacksmithing, which is really nice. I think this will take me all the way up to 120, maybe 125, 130 if we're lucky. Ooh, even further. Very nice, very sexy, very gamer. Dare I say, very gamer. Okay, we're starting this at 4 gold, 41 silver. Call it 4 gold, 42. Well, no, 4 gold, 41. We'll see what we're at when we're done with all of this. Don't look at the number just yet. Help the homie out. Don't look at the number. Don't look at the number. Alright, 121 blacksmithing. We also started at 112. Start. 4 gold, 41 silver, 112 blacksmith. Excuse me, this is just a temporary kind of placeholder. American Express bank alt. Weird to make a female gnome and ever naked, bro. Very strange. Kind of tells me a lot about who you are as a person. Very weird. Okay. Hold off on the bronze for now. We'll keep 40 copper bars because we're going to find even more, right? We're finding so much copper right now that we're bound to find more. At the point where I need to buy a second bag slot, honestly. Alright, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12 more belts. But I don't want to make all belts. If I need to, I can make the Ironforge breastplate, right? I can make at least 4 of these. I want to save at least 2 Tiger's Eyes. And then for the pants are actually probably better to make than the shoulders, but just in case, we'll take out 9 of these bad boys. We'll keep 40 bars of each. Shit.
You got my attention.
Yeah, it looks good. I'll use these 20 to make another 20 rough grinding stones, and then with these 4 I'll make some extra sharpening stones for tomorrow when we play. So I'll have Strider Stew, a couple extra sharpening stones, although I'm already sitting on 40, you know what I mean? I've got tons of those. But and then the coarse stone, of course it's coarse stone. We're gonna make more coarse grinding stones. We need these for crafting, so I don't know if I can ever have enough of these for the bronze phase, so I'm just making as many as I can. Two more, please. We'll talk to Rodgath once we hit 125, and we'll see what we can train here. Actually,
I would love to teach you a thing or two about smithing. Grab an apron and a hammer, and let's see what we can accomplish, shall we?
Wowie Kazowie. Patterned bronze bracers. Let's learn those bad boys. A bronze short sword, who cares? Pearl-handed dagger. Unfortunately, I can't use daggers, but... what are the materials for that? It is 6 bronze bars, a strong flux, 2 small lustrous pearls, coarse grinding stone. How much does it sell for? It doesn't say. Bronze axe, bronze mace, rough bronze cuirass. We don't really care. The silver rods. Pick these bad boys up so I can use that silver. I guess not. We're gonna make the skeleton keys. Big bronze knife. What is that? 6 bronze bars, some medium leather, tiger's eye. Rough bronze boots. No, who cares? Alright, let's check the bracers. What do I need for these bad boys? That's really, really good. Wow. We'll hold off on this till the very end. Keep making the things that are gonna make me skill ups for now. Once this goes green, we'll switch to the pattern, or no, we'll switch to the breastplate. But as long as it's yellow, I should keep making... Just missed a point there, that feels bad. Just missed a point there, come on, man. It's gonna go green any second now, at 125, isn't it? Nope, still going. Yeah, I guess we're gonna just keep making them. Hopefully we get a point from every one of these bad boys here. That's 1. Come on. 2. Hold the line, boys. Hold the line. Oh! Oh, ho, ho! Double whammy. Dude, you're kidding me. I got 2 out of 5 there. Oof. That's brutal. Alright, let's make 3 of these bad boys. Get to 130. See what we can learn then. Silver 5 silver. It's not bad. $129. We're also using some of these rare gems that we get. Almost at 5 gold.
A fast learner is what ye are, and a good smith to boot. I would sign off on your work any day of the week.
Silvered
but I sense
bronze
you still
boots.
Have some learning in ye. Go talk to Bengus Deepforge. He's a hard taskmaster, but he's also one of the best.
We can now learn the heavy bronze mace as well. This is a main hand weapon. Definitely learning that. Let's learn the silvered bronze boots as well. We can learn heavy grinding stones. Heavy sharpening stones. 4 weapon damage for 30 minutes. I didn't even learn the coarse weight stones, so let's pick those up. Yeah, it's 18 silver. Spend the money. We're basically right back to where we were. 4 gold, 50 silver. Bengus.
I hope you didn't come all the way to the Great Forge just to
20,
stay warm.
okay.
Speak up, lad. Tell me what it is I can do for you.
I want to become an expert blacksmith, Bengus. So next up we can learn the bronze battle axe at 135, the silvered bronze gauntlets at 135, the shining silver breastplate at 145, golden rods at 150, golden skeleton keys at 150, iron buckles. Creates an iron buckle that is used by other trade skills, so we don't really need to learn that. And then 155 we start making some really cool pieces. Green iron leggings, green iron bracers, green iron helmet. What? Oh, this is going to be something that we have to make. Let's see what we need for this. Iron bars, citrine, and green dye. This thing is insane. Damn. Who cares about a dagger? Green iron hauberk. What do I need for that? Wow. 20 iron bars, 4 heavy grinding stones, 2 jade, 2 moss agate, and green leather armor. Where do I make green leather armor? Oh, I'm gonna need... Oh no, I'm gonna need a leather worker, aren't I? Let me do some research real quick. Wow, classic green leather armor. Oh no. Yeah, this is a leather worker. Oh, that sucks. I'm not gonna be able to make this. That's alright. That just means it's even more incentive for us to make the shining silver breastplate. This thing is actually better than this. This is more tanky. It's more armor, it's more stamina. But honestly, I'd rather have the strength. 14 strength is insane. Anyways, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We'll see what we get all the way up to 20, and then solid grinding stones, solid sharpening stones, steel breastplate. It's a random roll on the stats. True silver, true silver. Yeah, we're getting ahead of ourselves there. That's level 40, so. Big things to look out for is some of this green iron gear, the helmet, the leggings. Obviously the silver pieces here at 135 and 145. What do I need for just a silver bar? Yeah, we're definitely making these bad boys. I think we're gonna make 10 of these. They sell for 10 silver each, so that's a gold right there. We only need to make 1 of these bad boys. And then obviously we're gonna make 1 of these. So we get some new boots, some new bracers. I might even get some new gloves. Wow, those are big upgrades on all 3 pieces right there. 135. Let's try and get to 145 like we said. It'll be 18 more silver to learn these. And it'll be 45 silver to become an expert blacksmith. Let's go ahead and spend the money. Become an expert. Since we're gonna make 1, 2, 3, I just need 2 more from this. That'll get me to 142, and then this will be 143, 144, 145.
You ain't no more than
Sorry,
I
boys.
do. That's a start.
I'm already wearing the rough bronze, so this gets me back up to 5 gold, 15 after all that training and becoming an expert. We are 225, 225. Cooking and fishing, like we said, we need books for those. Same with first aid. I think there's actually a quest for first aid in the Arathi Highlands, maybe? Or maybe I'm thinking later. I think these are all books, these 3, to get past 150 on these 3, so once I get my first aid up, which, you know, I don't need much wool for blacksmithing, which is actually really nice. Oh, I also want to make this mace, although I can't spare the Mossagate. I need that. If I get an extra Mossagate, maybe later we will. This is a nice mace for my one-handed. I would definitely use that over the short sword. It's actually comparable with my one-handed, or with my two-handed, excuse me. It's actually really, really good. I just don't want to spare losing 1 Mossagate for that thing. I do have the leather, though. Like, that feels bad, man. 3. Actually, I just want to get to 149 and then actually 148, I think. I do think at some point if I can get another Mossagate, I want to... Well, I need to get 2 more Mossagate, right? I want to make this mace and I want to make the chest piece. So that'll be 2 free points right there as well, right? So realistically, I just need to get to 148, right? Okay, so we get new bracers, new gloves, and new boots. And they look pretty sick. I mean, they match the drip, other than my pants. These pants kind of, I mean, they're rough bronze, but I need a new belt. Something with actual stats. Alright, let's go... What are we doing? What do we say? This gets us... one of these, one of these, one of these. That'll get me to 145. Oops. New bracers. New boots. And new gloves. And then with the bronze that we have left over, I'll make 3 more bronze bracers. We'll just sell those. That gets me to 147. 148, excuse me. We'll talk to Bengus again.
I hope you didn't come all the way to the Great Forge just to stay warm.
Learn our...
Speak up, lad. Tell me what it is I can do for you.
Bengus, hush. Learn our shining silver breastplate. And... Yep, now we're just looking for iridescent pearls, 1 more lesser moonstone, 1 more Mossagate. We've got the bronze bars. We've got the silver bars. This will be a huge upgrade that I wear for a very long time. And let's go ahead and pop our new items on. 1, 2, 3. Sell this old other stuff. We'll go ahead and make 10 of these bad boys. Actually, I guess I don't even need to, huh? What sells for more? These are 5. These are 10. Okay, wait, no. These are 3, so I should, well, I can make more of the sharpening stones, and I guess in theory they're more valuable. I don't really need the rough grinding stones. I thought we might, but we didn't really wind up using them. I thought I might make some more of these iron forged breastplates, but, and in theory I could. I still might get some points out of this, but 16 copper bars? I think I'd rather just save that copper, turn it into bronze. So at this point, all of my rough stone is being used to make sharpening stones. I'll either use these or sell them. A stack again goes for half a silver piece. It's not bad. And then the last thing that I want to do before we put all this stuff up, make some bandages, sell those, keep a stack of 20, is I want to get Paladin training. Then we'll hearth back. Because we are at 23, right? Yep. So we have, I think, 3 or 4 spells to train while we're here. And then again, this will be 149 once I make my one-handed mace. And I could make this right now, but I'm just trying to keep the moss at gate. So that'll be 149, and then this will be 150. And then after that, I think the best thing for us to make is probably these bracers. So we're looking for more bronze, of course, more coarse grinding stones. I guess I could make the bronze leggings too. But we'll make one more pair. Nah, just hold on to it. Hold on to it. Sell. Make 7 of these bad boys, and then make 13 of these bad boys. Hopefully every single point, or every single craft here gives us a point. And then we'll go get some Paladin training, put the rest of this stuff up that needs to be put up, and then we'll hearth and get ready to call it for the night. We'll keep 5, we'll sell the rest. I'm not really using bandages at all, but just in case, I like to have them. It might save our life at some point. And I'm not using them because we just, we're being efficient with our mana, and I'm able to hard cast heals on ourselves in between the pulls, so. Got a big gap there that we didn't hit a point. That feels bad. I think we're aiming for 125? 115. We're almost at heavy wool bandages. 4 points off. That's not bad. Sell. We finish at 5 gold, 42 silver. Pretty damn good. Alright, let's go get some Paladin training at the Mystic Ward, right? Because the Hall of Explorers is the library. The Military Ward is for hunters and warriors. And then, yeah, the Mystic Ward is for, like, mages, paladins, priests. The magic users. That includes us. Overall, pretty damn good. I'm glad we came back to Ironforge to get this stuff. 3 big upgrades. That puts our health to 750 unbuffed. So with a food buff, with a Rumses, even with like a a druid buff, we're pretty damn good. But we got more strength out of everything is what we're really looking for. Beldrick.
The light be with you, adventurer. How can I help you?
And you, brother. We get a new Holy Light for 36 silver. We get Concentration Aura. We get Seal of Justice. And we get Blessing of Might. So, Holy Light, Concentration Aura, Seal of Justice, Blessing of Might. Takes us back down to basically 4 gold after training, which is huge. We have a pretty good chunk of change. Because next level we're getting I'm not going to level up Blessing of Protection. I'm just going to keep it at rank 1. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to use Divine Protection, or at... where is it? At 34, we get Divine Shield, which we just use one of these, I think. Bop is more for saving someone else's life. And half a gold. I think I'm just going to hold off on that for now. We are going to get Blessing of Wisdom. We are going to get Hammer of Justice. And that's it. So we only need to spend a gold next level. Redemption, whatever. Turn Undead. I'm going to put 1 rank in this, so just to have the spell, just in case. So a gold and a half next level is all we need. Which we already have, so everything other than that is just bonus, right? But alright, let's put our new Holy Light on the bars. Let's put... what did we learn? Seal of Justice. A new Seal of Justice on the bars. We have a new Aura. And we learned Blessing of Might rank 3. So we go from 35 to 55 attack power. Really, really nice. Concentration Aura just gives a 35% chance of ignoring spell interruption when damaged. Could also be really nice, because it stacks with... or I don't know if it stacks with Spiritual Focus. But in my mind it does. 70% plus 35%. I should basically never get pushed back while I'm casting my heals. So, you know, if I need to heal, I jump out of Retribution Aura, switch to this, wait for the GCD, and then I shouldn't get hit, or whenever I get hit, I shouldn't have any pushback on my heals, which is pretty cool. Alright, that puts us back up to 46 bronze bars, 37 copper bars. We're at 10 coarse grinding stone. Leather's looking good. Holding on to the light hide just in case. Man, I really want to make that hammer, but I'm just gonna be patient, you know. Alright, we got our training. Let me pick up a little more drink as well. I'm only gonna buy 1 more stack because I think at 25 we get the next tier of drinks. But I also want to buy some booze. We've been pretty good with our money. I can finally celebrate with booze.
Great to meet you.
Take another bit of melon juice, and I will take... I don't want super expensive stuff, but I will take 20 silvers worth of Dwarven Stout. Puts us to 372. Not bad. This will get us drunk. A few of those. We're gonna start really getting drunk here, guys. Oh wait, did I sell them? Hopefully I can buy them back still. Yes. Okay, good.
Safe travels. Well met.
I'll keep 2 for tomorrow, and then 1 Strider meat. Let's go ahead and hearth. Oh, not bad, guys. Not bad. Profession's looking good. I'm really enjoying the Dwarf Paladin. And... how many pages is this? 8. We'll go ahead and read it so I can knock it off the list. The few night elves that survived the horrific explosion rallied together on crudely made rafts and slowly made their way to the only landmass in sight. This is Mount Hyjal and Illidan's gift, by the way. Somehow, by the grace of Elune, Malfurion, Tyrande, and Cenarius had survived the Great Sundering. The weary heroes agreed to lead their fellow survivors and establish a new home for their people. As they journeyed in silence, they surveyed the wreckage of their world and realized that their passions had wrought the destruction all around them. Though Sargeras and his legion had been ripped from the world by the well's destruction, Malfurion and his companions were left to ponder the terrible cost of victory. There were many highborn who did survive the cataclysmic unscathed. They made their way to the shores of the new land along with the other night elves. Though Malfurion mistrusted the highborn's motivations, he was satisfied that they could cause no real mischief without the well's energies. As the weary mass of night elves landed upon the shores of the new land, they found that the holy mountain Hyjal had survived the catastrophe. Seeking to establish a new home for themselves, Malfurion and the night elves climbed the slopes of Hyjal and reached its windswept summit. As they descended into the wooded bowl nestled between the mountain's enormous peaks, they found a small, tranquil lake. To their horror, they found that the lake's waters had been fouled by magic. Illidan, having survived the Sundering as well, had reached Hyjal's summit long before Malfurion and the Night Elves. In his mad bid to maintain the flows of magic in the world, Illidan had poured his vials, which contained the precious water from the Well of Eternity, into the mountain lake. The well's potent energies quickly ignited and coalesced into a new Well of Eternity. The exultant Illidan, believing that the new well was a gift to future generations, was shocked when Malfurion hunted him down. Malfurion explained to his brother that magic was innately chaotic, and that its use would inevitably lead to widespread corruption and strife. This is another reason that you can't be like a mage on a night elf, right? Or warlock is more demonic magic, but that's why night elves can't be mages. Later in the game they can, but they hate magic. They do not like it. Still, Illidan refused to relinquish his magical powers. Knowing full well where Illidan's ruthless schemes would eventually lead, Malfurion decided to deal with his power-crazed brother once and for all. With Cenarius' help, Malfurion sealed Illidan within a vast underground barrow prison, where he would remain chained and powerless until the end of time. To ensure his brother's containment, Malfurion empowered the young warden, Maeve Shadowsong, to be Illidan's personal jailer. Concerned that destroying the new well might bring about an even greater catastrophe, the Night Elves resolved to leave it be. However, Malfurion declared that they would never practice the arts of magic again. Under Cenarius' watchful eye, they began to study the ancient arts of druidism that would enable them to heal the ravaged earth and regrow their beloved forests at the base of Mount Hyjal. Very, very cool. Real quick, since I did that, we'll delete that. We know what we started and stopped at. Bartender, there we go. Character specific. I want to change these to Shift 1, Shift 2, and Shift 3. That way, on the fly, I can just quickly change my my aura. It costs no mana to me. It doesn't interrupt my mana regen. It just puts my abilities on a global cooldown, right? So ideally, if I'm trying to get a heal off in time, I need to be switching to concentration aura early, like ahead of when I know I want to heal, right? So if I get down to like 60%, jump out of retribution aura or devotion aura, switch to concentration, start healing myself. Oops, there we go. And in this, I guess the idea with this is I can't be interrupted as I'm healing, which is really, really nice. And then once we hit big crit, or not even a crit, 342, 335, then we jump back to Retribution Aura. But alright guys, update. We are looking juicy. I can't believe we got that ring too, man. Whew. Alright guys, we're going to call this one here for now. We will continue on in the next one with the south of Darkshore. I'm super excited. Should be tomorrow night, I believe. Maybe in the afternoon, but I do work from 5 until like 11 o'clock tomorrow night, so we'll see. Maybe I can get one in the afternoon. If not, it'll be after I'm off and get the gym in and shower and stuff. So see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Peace and love, and God bless gamers.